Got the new travel limiters on this thing. We're trying some new stuff today. Gonna try to limit the travel a little bit for this front side stuff when the track's pretty decent. I think it's gonna help us up top and maybe a little bit more stability and less wind getting under the car. So yeah, we're gonna try that today. We might add some more boost to it than we've ever added and see if we can go a personal best. That looks like it's limited about 2 inches. That's about as high as it's going right now. You think that'll work?
You gotta try it. It's the only way to find out.
Yeah.
If it works, it's really good.
Yeah, only one way to find out, you know.
What's the tune-up in this thing?
The tune-up that went 490 last time we were here. But I got 5 on the button. Feels good, I'm gonna hit it.
What about the limiters?
Limited 2 inches. 2 inches less.
Oh, okay. All right, I'll see you up there.
Had a lot of wheel speed. It only went a 130, 160 foot. I pedaled it once and then got back in it. I don't have a drive shaft curve set up for that fast of a pass yet, so that's why I made that one.
Feel okay with the front end tied down?
It felt good up top. Had wheel speed the first 200 feet. Had to pedal it. Had a lot of wheel speed actually. Well, first pass had a lot of wheel speed. I kind of put a heater in it, honestly, for a first pass, but I don't like wasting passes and I want to know something. So we're gonna have to turn it down a little bit on the launch and then we'll start putting in more boost up top. Felt good up top, felt really good. That's the most stable it's felt up top, really. So 2 more pounds of air pressure in the rear tires, and I took 2 clicks of compression out of the rear to take some pressure off the tire when it's transitioning from separating to squatting. So hopefully that'll take some weight off the tire, because right now that Hoosier just can't take how good this track is. We're not usually on a track this good, and the air is pretty decent. Temperature's like 74 degrees, so it's not too hot. Really should be on a Mickey, but if I'm racing tomorrow, I didn't want to have to change tires just to go test tonight and then have to change them again. But hopefully we can get this Hoosier down this really good track. 153.
You still pedaled, didn't you?
Yeah. Yeah, so that time it was a little bit better. I pedaled earlier and caught it, and I got back in it, and then I grabbed the button after the shift. It added 5. What are you doing, bro?
There's a hair in my mouth. There's a hair in the hoodie.
Yeah, I went 153 on like 24 pounds, you know. So it picked up, just from grabbing the button, it picked up like almost 8 mile an hour, adding 5 pounds of dome in the last, 2 seconds. You could definitely, I'm sure you can hear it in the car. Like when I grab the button, you can hear the pitch change. It gets real happy. We'll look at the data log and see if we can make it 60 a little bit better next time. It's still shaking the tire and spinning just a little bit, so got to figure that out. But I think we're getting somewhere. That's the best mile an hour I've been all year. Well, actually ever, I think.
What was the ET?
The 504 at 152. Only a 129 60 foot, but I pedaled it like right after the 60. So
If you're on a Mickey tonight, you'd be going 470.
yeah, my 60's down at least a tenth.
I
The
think you could
330's
tie it
down.
more.
The 330's down a few tenths.
I legitimately think you could tie it down more. I don't even think it needs that travel for how good that track is right now.
Maybe try to add some more air pressure. We'll watch the video and see. That was 2 more pounds of air pressure. That was 15. It seemed better in the car, but I don't know. I still had to pedal it, so.
Was it like a vibration or was it slipping?
It was a vibration and then it started slipping. So I pedaled it real quick. Well, the air's really good, so pulling timing right now isn't doing as much. So I'd have to pull a little bit more timing on the traction control to make it more effective. But there's not a lot you can do when a tire shakes and then spins.
Right.
Like, it's different if you just miss it. Like, we'll get it dialed in. We'll see. I shortened the ramp up from 3.6 to 2.7, but I'm leaving a little softer to try to get it out of the hole. If it takes it, it should be on like a 460 or 470, I hope. Probably a 470. New personal best. 489, 156. Leaving pretty easy too. If I could get that 60 down, it'd be in the 70s right now. It went at 89 at 156.
Cool.
Same boost, just bringing it in a little earlier and leaving softer. It felt like it could have taken whatever. It came in hard as
I could see it.
God.
Like you could literally see it as it got out about 60 foot. It just,
God, it rolled out there and it just turned on. It could have taken more, I think, since they prepped the track and since the sun went down, but yeah, it's got 70s in it right now. I don't know, I might make one more. I want you to make a hit in it.
you got to get in the lanes right now if you're going to do it.
Dead straight.
Oh yeah, I got it.
Feels great.
Jesus.
Yeah, not even really getting after it the first 100 feet at all. So I turned it up 2 more pounds of boost and basically brought it in a little bit quicker than last time, and I'm leaving a little bit harder, hoping to go a 470 something. Last pass was my best pass that I've ever made in this car. I went like a 480. Still really conservative in the 60 foot, so I'm going to throw a little bit more at it in the 60 and through the middle, and hopefully 2 more pounds of boost up top. Should be really close to 160 to the 8th, and maybe a 470 if we're lucky. Well, I think I found the limit of a Hoosier on a really good track.
I think you did.
It shook my brains out, and then it just spun hard, and I knew if I got back in it, it wasn't going to be a personal best, but it probably would have been retarded when I got back in it, because it would have been slow ground speed with a lot of boost. It probably would have power wheelied. But yeah, I think we should have been on a Mickey tonight for sure. There's a reason you go to a front side no prep and everybody's on Mickeys. Seems like it's a better tire for, you know, the sidewall. When the track gets really good, it seems a little stiffer, less prone to shake. We were up to 16 pounds of air on that last pass, and it still just shook the hell out of it. So yeah, overall I'm pretty happy with the car. I think if it had been on a Mickey and been able to go in the 1.60s, it probably would have been in the high 460s, low 470s, just with the same boost. I think 160 mile an hour is possible on the same boost, just getting it in earlier. And we've still got 10 pounds to go before we run out of injector based on my fuel flow numbers. I mean, this car could go 170 miles an hour, I think, by the time it's all said and done. Once I get it to its full potential, yeah, that helped a lot. It's so much easier to drive now with the front end a little lower. It doesn't feel like I'm driving a boat. It feels fast, and it's actually shooting straight out. It could probably stand a little more limiting, honestly. If I was on a Mickey on a good track, I could probably tie it down to 4 inches of travel, and it'd probably do it just fine. It's a blast, man. I've been having fun just testing the car and going fast. Every time you hit a personal best, it feels so good.
Yeah, but that car still has a lot more.
Oh God, yeah, it has so much more potential. I mean, that car on a radio could probably go 440s or even better, you know, if the chassis could take it. Now that it's going straight with that new anti-roll bar, it just seems like it can take whatever as long as the sidewall, the tire, was, you know, hold up. That's the biggest thing we're fighting right now, is just shaking the tire. I'm excited to try these new Mickey Thompsons they're coming out with. They're coming out with 3 different new tires. One's a stiff sidewall. That'd be interesting. I think the next fast front side race is going to be Magnolia, I think, next weekend.
Yeah.
So, you know, that's not the fastest track in the world. It's probably a Hoosier track. I may run a Mickey on it. I'm not sure. The 60 foot gets good enough.
Hoosier's first round.
Hoosier's first round, yeah. I don't know. I may run a Mickey on it there. I've won on a Mickey there with the truck before, so.
You can always bring 2 sets of wheels.
I'm really happy with the car though, man. It's doing its job and it's going straight. The tune-up's been spot on. It's not trying to add or take away any fuel. Tied for the most boost. Last year, right before it hit the wall, I was on 25 in Missouri, but the air was terrible. That was the most mile an hour I went today, best ET so far. So 156 on a 2.8 second, 3 second ramp right in there, and leaving on like 4 pounds of boost. So just babying it out of the hole, and there's a lot of potential, man. I'm excited to finally find it here soon. Once we get it on the right tire and the right track, it's gonna be awesome. We got some pretty fast stuff coming up at Cincy Street Nights, and I can't be having Phil Hines driving up beside me like that anymore. That's the reason I'm out here doing this, honestly. It's just because like everybody's getting so fast, and you know, I've got the power, I've got the car, I just need to turn it loose. I've been scared to turn it loose for a while just because the chassis or, you know, other engine issues, but now that the engine's good, now that the chassis is good, now we're making progress.